Hello everybody and welcome into the LTU Sports Report. I'm your host Dylan Morello. The Sports Report is presented by Lawrence Technological University and we are sponsored by Henry Ford Sports Medicine. So coming up on today's show, we continue with our season recap for your beloved LTU teams. Here today we rewind on the LTU men's soccer team, starting with this year's opening practice report.
So we're already a week behind schedule with getting stuff done. The biggest thing, honestly, is just going to be wearing masks while training and trying to maintain social distancing throughout practice and just to try to keep each other safe. Jumping into a season with having to worry about spreading a disease like COVID, we never have to deal with that. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but we're ready to work around it.
Off-season has been very difficult this year, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. A lot of the summer league teams were canceled, a lot of the leagues were canceled, and a lot of us were left on our own to have to train. So it came with a lot of discipline, getting every day, having the discipline to go out and do work on your own to make sure that you're ready for the season. So in that case, it's been very different, having to do things by yourself rather than in a team environment.
Going into the season, we're going to take it like any other season. We're going to train hard preseason and take advantage of not having games. As for a season still being up in the air, we're supposed to have games in October, and we're still going to train like we have games so we can train and get mentally fit and physically fit in order to be the best we can even during all this unprecedented events.
So there are a lot of uncertainties with the season. There are going to be a lot of distractions every single day. So all the student athletes are going to have to do a daily health screening. There's a lot of different procedures that are needed to be done, and this can come as a huge distraction. So the key really is to take everything one step at a time, one day at a time, doing everything you can to stay healthy and safe. And along with that, to do everything you can to work hard in training and be ready for the season when it does come.
I think I can say for all of us, I think we're all ready to just get back and play some soccer. So with all the COVID stuff, a lot of the summer leagues were canceled. Our season in the spring ended early, which was quite unfortunate. The biggest thing we're all looking forward to is just getting back together with each other and seeing each other again after a long time away.
I'm Noah Poltork. I'm a freshman and I play soccer. I like to hang out with my friends, play Xbox, and just go for drives. My favorite TV show would be Stranger Things, just because I like the whole mystery aspect and kind of like the sci-fi genre in general. Favorite athlete is probably Harry Kane because he plays for my favorite soccer team, Tottenham Hotspur, and he's just a good leader, good example. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man because I just grew up watching those movies, so he became my favorite. My celebrity crush would probably be Jennifer Lawrence because watching the Hunger Games movies, that was probably my favorite movie and she was the main actress in those movies.
Let's move on to men's soccer as the Blue Devils made a short drive to Adrian, Michigan to take on the Saints of Siena Heights. In their first game since the break, LTU comes into tonight's matchup with a 4-3 record. Can they pull out the win versus a winless Saints team? Not too much to say about the first half, so we'll jump to the second half. The intensity would heighten from there. Who would score first? The pressure is on, and a penalty kick by the Saints cracks this game open. Saints now up 1 late in the second half. The momentum would swing into the Saints' favor, and they would score again to put this game away. Lawrence Tech would go on to drop this one 2-0, the final score.
On a fine Sunday afternoon, we're here at Blue Devil Stadium as the Lawrence Tech men's soccer team take on the Crusaders of Madonna University. The Blue Devils have struggled to find their rhythm in the midst of the pandemic. With the WAC playoffs just around the corner, can the Blue Devils make a late season push in the playoff standings? There was only one goal scored in the first half, and that came from the Crusaders, as the Blue Devils would trail by 1 at the break. Jumping into the second half, this game would get a lot more intense, as the 6'1" freshman from Salem, Oregon, Alex Hernandez, would find the back of the net for the Blue Devils' first goal of the game. This was the second goal of the season for Fernandez. LTU would tie this game at 1. But just like in most sports, momentum can quickly change the feel of the game. And the Crusaders would step it up big time as they would go on to score the next 4 goals of the game. Lawrence Tech would go on to drop this one 5-1 the final.
We're going to step aside for a commercial break to hear from our sponsors, but don't go anywhere because we have more magnificent highlights when we come back.
If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports, including its newest additions, competitive cheer and dance, esports, women's hockey, and men's and women's track and field. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Come on back into the LTU Sports Report. A lot of team highlights already in the show covering the fall semester. We have some more waiting for you. This half of the show touches base on the spring. We are here under the lights at Blue Devils Stadium where the men's soccer team takes on the Saints from Aquinas College. The Saints come into tonight's matchup with a 4-1 record. The Blue Devils, on the other hand, started the season out strong, but since coming back from the pandemic break, LTU has looked out of sorts, struggling to get shots off and only scoring 1 goal in their last 3 games. Can the Blue Devils break out of their slump and get the win? The game was still looking for its first goal after a back-and-forth initial half, so let's jump to the second half. Game still tied up at 0. Both teams are struggling to get shots off on goal, but the Saints would finally break the scoring drought, finding the back of the net for their first and only goal of the game. Back to the drawing board for the Blue Devils as Lawrence Tech would go on to drop this one 1-0, the final score.
Hi, my name's Samuel Morasco. I'm a sophomore and I play men's soccer. I think my favorite superhero is Iron Man. I grew up watching those movies when they came out, so I really enjoy those. My celebrity crush is Madison Beer. She's really pretty, so. I'd say probably just playing video games. Something I like to decompress and just relax and play some video games. My favorite video game is Rainbow Six Siege. It's pretty fun. It's like a first-person shooter.
Season, 3 games, 3 points. Get out there, get it. Let's go get it.
The Lawrence Tech men's soccer team hit the road on Tuesday night to take on U of M Dearborn. This game was played at Riverview Gabriel Richard High School. The Blue Devils looking to end a 3-game losing streak, and they'd get on the board with just over 18 minutes to play in the first half. Alberto Morera gets a foot on it, and the junior scores his first goal of the season. He puts Lawrence Tech up 1-0. U of M Dearborn looking to even it up just 30 seconds later. Josiah Yoder with a great look, but the shot goes off the crossbar, keeping it a 1-0 game. LTU trying to add another just before the half off the corner. The Utica Eisenhower grad Marco Ruffino's header is denied by U of M Dearborn keeper Austin Dukes. So Lawrence Tech remained on top 1-0 at the break. Early second half now, off another corner. It's the freshman mechanical engineering student Alex Fernandez getting his head on it for his 3rd goal of the campaign, and that would ice it. Lawrence Tech ends its 3-game losing streak, shutting out U of M Dearborn 2-0, your final score. Their next game is at home Saturday against Cleary University.
Felt great watching the guys finally get it out there and get the ball in the back of the net because it was, 260 minutes without an actual goal. Very happy about that. The coaching staff worked hard and the players worked their butts off and did a great job.
To get a win finally after 3 games of losses, it feels really good. The boys pulled through today. The boys have been working hard. We've been really hungry for this first win, and we're very happy to get it finally.
We played as a team, and we've had a rough start to the season, but this is a good confidence booster to keep going, and all we can ask for is the boys keep pushing and work hard.
I honestly, truly, in my heart, knew that we were going to play. I knew that we had great administration that would find a way for us to play. I felt comfortable, but unfortunately, We had 10 recruits that were supposed to join us that didn't because of the global epidemic. So we had to start from scratch, basically. And it was amazing to see. We had players that truly had to step up on and off the field. But I'm very thankful and grateful for our administration for finding a way. And we found out we would end up playing a 14-game schedule. 7 games in the fall, 7 games in the spring. And we had hoped, the guys were here for about a month, 2 months training. They wanted to play. They wanted to play so bad. So we were trying everything in our books to keep them motivated on the field and off the field. And finally, that first game came. And the jitters came out and, the mistakes were happening, but the boys stepped up. We had to find a quick way to get that chemistry and find a way to play together and learn. Every day was different. Every day was a learning experience. But we found a way to win 5 games, which was great. We had a couple heartbreaking losses. The cornerstone loss in overtime still eats at me. But then the amazing win against Concordia. Keene had a bike for the game winner. Shot of the year as far as I'm concerned. Then the winter came and we lost a couple of players. So now we had to really step up. Our players, freshmen that saw maybe 10, 20 minutes of playing time, we're seeing more. It was tough. We started off, we lost to Siena Heights, very good Siena Heights team, 2-0. And then we lost again and we lost again. And then Dearborn came in and we didn't know what to expect against Dearborn. We didn't know the type of players they would have. Where would they be in game shape? Where would we at mentally? So we sat down and said, guys, take 2 days off. New season starts with Dearborn. We have 3 conference games left and then playoffs. The boys stepped up. It was amazing, great win, 2-0. Then, unfortunately, COVID finally got to us. We're sitting there all fall, all season. We're going around, we're keeping the boys under control best we can, but it got to us. So we had to shut down. I truly felt we could have made a run in playoffs. Our guys had that motivation, they had that inner belief that they weren't done yet. They weren't gonna let COVID be the end of us. It's how you take it in stride. Life throws things at you. Keep your head up, keep smiling, keep swinging, and take the next step. Well, I'm excited about next year. Truly excited. Right now we have about 28, 29 brand new players coming in. It's not a rebuilding, it's reloading. We're prepared to fight and compete for a regular season championship. We have 4 goals in mind. Compete for the regular season championship, win the tournament, make it back to the NAI National Tournament, and go to California. Those are our 4 goals, and that's what we're fighting for right now.
That's the finale on this year's LTU men's soccer season rewind, a stellar season for the boys where they look to once again build off of their accomplishments. So unfortunately, our episode has come to a close. I'm your host, Dylan Morello, and make sure to follow LTU Athletics on social media for more videos, photos, and articles. You can also listen to our Blue Devils in-depth podcast on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Hope you enjoy the show, and I will see you next Tuesday here on the LTU Sports Report.